All right, so let's take a look at our article. It says monkeys have been cloned for the first time after a successful experiment in China. Okay, so we kept saying the word clone. Clone here is a verb and it means to make an exact copy of maybe an animal or a living thing. And this is very scientific, but basically what they do is, or what scientists do is, they copy the cells that we have. Like for example, they copy the cells in my body and they make it into another person. It's really complicated.
And that person will look exactly like you, right?
That's right.
Clone 在文章中呢，当动词用，代表的是复制或是无性繁殖。那在中国呢，猴子第一次被复制出来 ，and it was after a successful experiment.
That's right. They talk about experiment. An experiment is just a scientific test where you test and you observe, or you look at different, these are going to be difficult words, but theories or hypotheses, or just different ideas about what scientists have.
理论或假设。那 experiment 在中文里头呢，就是实验的意思了。它在文章中啊当名词用。那如果我们要说做实验，我们会搭配 to do an experiment. 那在什么东西上做实验呢？我们可以说啊 to do an experiment on something. So we know that scientists in China did an experiment on monkeys. And 2 cloned monkeys were created afterwards. Do the monkeys have names?
Yes, they do. Okay, and the article says Zhong Zhong and Hua Hua were born in Shanghai in January.
不是花花啦，花花是 flower.
Sorry.
中中和花花。
Oh, different intonation.
1月的时候呢，在上海出生。They were born in Shanghai.
Oh, that's right. Oh, so that's why they have these names. Now, born is our word, power word. It's spelled B-O-R-N, born. To be born is a verb, and born means to be brought to life by birth. And it means you come to life because your mom or a mom gave birth to you. Let's take a look at our verb power sentence. It says, Tony was born in Taiwan, but he grew up in the U.S. Tony was born in Taiwan, but he grew up in the U.S.
Born 这个形容词呢是出生的、诞生的。那我们例句说啊 ，Tony 在台湾出生，但是在美国成长。I was born in Taipei. Where were you born, Tiffany?
I was born in New York.
纽约。Okay, now we know that the 2 monkeys are named 中中和华华 and they were born in Shanghai. But I got one question. What made the scientists do this? Why did they want to clone monkeys?
That's a very good question, and we're going to read that in the article. It says, scientists hope to use cloned monkeys to learn about human diseases like cancer. Okay, so it's used to help humans, fight off certain diseases or to fight off, sicknesses. So this is why they made the cloned monkeys.
所以原来他们是想要借由复制猴子来了解人类的疾病，像是癌症 （cancer）。
All right, so we saw the word scientist here. It's spelled S-C-I-E-N-T-I-S-T. Scientist. Scientist is a noun, and we can guess what a scientist does because we see the word science in there. It means this is a person trained in science or a specific branch of science, and what they do is they do research and they solve a lot of science problems for us. Now, many of us might know some of these famous scientists. We know Einstein, Stephen Hawking, or Isaac Newton. These are all scientists. Let's take a look at our sample sentence. It says, the scientist studies butterflies and other insects. The scientist studies butterflies and other insects.
Scientist 是科学家。那例句说啊，这位科学家研究蝴蝶以及其他的昆虫。那科学家研究的科学叫做 science， 也是同学们学校里面的科目之一。那研究科学的科学家们是很讲求科学根据的 ，scientific proof 对他们来说是很重要的。Scientific 就是形容词，科学的，那 proof 就是名词，证据。And we know that the scientists in China want to know more about human diseases.
Right, we saw a difficult word here. We saw the word disease. A disease is just an illness, and it basically means that it makes you really sick and it stops your body or your mind from working normally. So we talked about cancer. Cancer is a type of disease and it stops you from performing things normally.
Disease 这个名词呢，就是疾病。那 human diseases 就是人类的疾病，然后它用复数形。And one of them is cancer.
Right, cancer is very scary. So let's take a look at what cancer means. Cancer is spelled C-A-N-C-E-R. Cancer. Cancer is a noun and it's actually a very serious disease caused by cells in our bodies that aren't normal. Now, the disease can spread to other cells and can make you even more sick. And it causes maybe your normal body functions or your normal body's jobs to slow down or stop. So that's why cancer is very hard to cure because we don't know how to stop these cells from becoming bad. Now let's take a look at our sample sentence. It says, "My grandfather smoked too much, so he died of cancer." My grandfather smoked too much, so he died of cancer.
Cancer 是癌症。那例句说啊，我的祖父抽烟抽得太凶，他因此死于癌症。This must be lung cancer. 肺癌。And the scariest thing is cancer has been the leading cause of death in Taiwan.
Whoa, that is scary.
癌症一直是台湾10大死因的第1名。So, to know more about cancer is a must.
That's right. We need to spend more time doing research about cancer because it's a very, very scary thing. There's no cure for cancer at this moment. All right, so let's take a look and continue reading more about this. It says, medicine companies also want to test their medicines on the clones. Because of course, if you test your medicine on real humans, it can be really bad. I keep thinking about Resident Evil and turning into zombies.
But it's also bad to test your medicine on animals, right?
So that's why they made a clone. Now, a clone...
They're still living things.
Yeah, that's true.
Okay.
But if it helps humans, maybe it's better. All right, so we learned about cloning, okay? Clone can be used as a verb. Here it's used as a noun, and it's to talk about an animal or a thing or a person or any kind of living thing. It can be a plant as well. That is an exact copy of the previous thing. I also think about, do you know the stormtroopers from Star Wars? The soldiers in the white suit, they look all the same. So for me, I always think they're like clones.
They must be clones. 同学们还记得吗？在文章的第1句当中我们提过 clone 当动词用，是复制啊、无性繁殖的意思。不过在这里，clone 则是当名词在用，代表复制品或者是复制生物。那 medicine companies 药厂，它想要在复制生物上 test their medicines.
All right, test here is our word power word. It's spelled T-E-S-T, test. All right, test here is a verb, and it's a little bit different than the test you take at school. To test something means you use something or you try something out to see how it works. So doctors or scientists, they always need to test out new medicine. They do this to make sure that it's safe for humans or for us to eat and that we don't become really sick from taking the medicine. Now, you can also test the temperature of water before you take a shower, before you get into the bath. You want to try the water out. You might dip your toe or your finger in to see how hot the water is before you get into the shower so you don't burn yourself. Let's take a look at our sample sentence. It says, we need to test this new machine to see if it works correctly. We need to test this new machine to see if it works correctly.
Test 在文章里头呢，当动词用是试验。那它当名词的时候呢，还可以指学校里面的考试。那例句说到呢，我们需要测试这台新的机器来看它是否正确的运作。那文章中说到的各大药厂，则是想要在复制生物上测试他们的新药。It is very controversial, though.
I think so as well.
这是相当具有争议性的。Like I said, I don't think it's proper for them to test their new medicines on the cloned animals.
That's right. It's also a matter of, life and death. Because it's the same thing as testing it on a real animal, even though they're clones. It's very confusing, don't you think?
Yeah. And then, are they going to clone human beings and test their new medicines on them? I don't know. I'm kind of scared about cloning humans, actually. That's actually a little bit too sci-fi for me. Much.
Yeah. All right, so let's continue reading. Maybe we can learn a little bit more about this and it can help us with our ideas.
Okay.
It says some people say scientists might try to clone people next.
有些人说这样复制猴子，下一步会复制人吗？
Well, yeah, maybe. But I don't mind if they clone like a Tom Hardy and then I can have another Tom Hardy too. You know.
You.
All right. That's beside the point. Let's continue reading. It says, however, scientists say they only want to clone monkeys. So, okay, so far so good. They said, yes, maybe in the future, cloning humans can be a possibility, but the scientists said no, they only want to clone monkeys for now.
所以目前科学家们说他们只想要复制猴子。I think the reason why they want to clone monkeys is that monkeys and humans are alike.
That's right, a little bit. We are kind of similar. I think there has been a lot of theories about this as well, where they said that monkeys or chimpanzees, I think, are very similar to humans.
Yeah.
Let's take a look at the article. It says, it took them many tries to successfully clone the monkeys. Yes, it's not difficult to make life.
他们实验了很多次才成功复制出猴子。那我们看到 try 这个字啊，在文章里面当名词用哦，是尝试的意思，而且呢，它是一个复数，字尾去外加 ies。那 try 可以当动词用 ，to try to do something， 试着达到某目的。I tried to get good scores on the math tests when I was in senior high school, but I failed.
Don't worry, that happened to me too.
另外一种呢，我们可以说 to try doing something， 那就是尝试某种方法。She didn't want to talk to me, so I tried calling her many times.
Oh man, who would do that to you?
It was you.
Me? No
Just
way. All right, so let's continue reading. It says, in the past, scientists have cloned sheep. We talked about Dolly the sheep. Cloned sheep, dogs, cats, cows, mice, and rats.
Now monkeys.
And now monkeys, that's right.
And next.
Maybe humans? We don't know, but that's scary.
好啦，所以文章最后一句说到啊，在过去呢，科学家他们曾经就复制出羊啦、狗、猫、乳牛、老鼠等动物。So I'm wondering if their words can be trusted. Are they really not going to try to clone human beings?
I don't know. I think they've already done so many animals, they might even be adventurous and try to clone humans.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure there's people trying to do that.
And you guys can discuss about that too.
All right, so let's go to our magic box and we'll be right back with our review time.